no substitute for skill. Every leadership endeavor or vision will always demand skill. I love the way David said it. It's said in Psalm 78 and verse 72. He said, he led them with the integrity of his heart and by the skillfulness of his hands. Skillfulness of his hands. Psalm 78 and verse 72. Skillfulness. By the skillfulness. Management of task. As soon as your task is defined, then your responsibility is to build up the required skill in accomplishing it. You know what I'm saying? My son, who led the choirs, vocal for the choir this morning, is a graduate of Covenant University and is doing his master's here. Now, see, when Covenant University's vision came, great, it was a bright vision. But then, what does it take to run it? So I went after 9 world-class universities to understudy the nitty-gritties of their founding and their program development and what has sustained them over the years. And after those 9 extensive explorative studies, I propounded what I consider the philosophical foundation of Covenant University, built up its stamps, and ready to fly. And I proclaim this is the new generation Harvard. And that's what it is today. Covenant University today has the #1 engineering faculty all across Africa. There are equipments there that you don't find anywhere else. Skill. There is no spiritual substitute for skill. Say with me, no spiritual substitute. You don't fly a plane by spirituality. You speak in tongues, then you enter the cockpit, and then you start the engine. You don't even know where to start. The moment you mention your name, and they ask you their questions, since you don't know how to answer, they know that a suicide bomber is there. All the London police will gather in 1 minute. And then the firefighter, everybody, the Air Force, because there's a suicide bomber in the cockpit. There is no spiritual substitute for skill. That's why many charismatics are grounded. There is no spiritual substitute for skill. No ministry, for instance, will outgrow the quality of its structure. No. No company has a future without an efficient organizational structure. And there are many businesses here that don't have no structure at all. They go to work in the morning, sell, buy, and spend. And spend. You spend anything, anyhow. Everything that you sell to you is spendable. Capital plus profit. And after some time, we don't even know what happened. Satan, I bind you. Satan will be laughing. Say, I didn't come there. You are the only one. You better bind yourself and free yourself. There is no spiritual substitute for skill. I'd like you to write it down, please. Don't write any other thing if you like. But there is no spiritual substitute for skill. There is no spiritual substitute for skill. I will never approach any task in my life on common sense. No. When we were going to start Word of Faith Bible Institute, I went through 8 Bible schools, gathered all their materials, studied all their materials, asked those I could meet questions among them, and then from their questions I knew why they were where they were, so I would not repeat their problem. There is no substitute for what? Skill. So our Bible school began 1986 and is growing in tempo continuously. One of my sons who graduated in the Bible school in 1995 has one of the largest churches in Nigeria today. They are building a 40,000 seat auditorium right now. And took me 1 year, 3 months to build the curriculum. There is no substitute for skill, no spiritual substitute. There is no prayer substitute. There is no fasting substitute. All prayers and fasting will still require that to acquire the skill. You can pray for God to help you learn fast how to drive, but you can't pray to take the steering. Now finish praying, Lord, I take the steering. Go with me. He said, I will not go with you because you need the skill, otherwise you'll be killed. Efficient management of task. Efficient management of task.